So this is our review of Super Mario Party. So what did you like about it?
I liked a lot of things about Super Mario Party.
Okay.
I liked all the different facets that you could do, like partner party. You could do the rapids thing.
Mm-hmm.
You could do mini games, and you got to see like a whole graph of what mini games to choose from, which is cool.
Yep.
I liked the challenge at the end. So I liked that it wasn't just the party. There were different, like, almost like side games that you could play within the one game.
Yep. Yeah, there was a lot going on. I loved how many mini games there were. There was like some 80 mini games or something.
Yeah, there were a lot.
Like even we were playing it for weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and we still came across mini games that we had never played before.
Especially when we did the partner party, because I feel like
Mhm.
there were new ones in there.
Absolutely, like certain modes would have different mini games, so it's not like you played the same exact mini games over and over.
Right.
So you played a different mode, and you're like, oh, these are brand new mini games. One thing I liked is they weren't all one person mini games, like one versus the other people individually. Most Mario parties have some like 2 versus 2
Yeah.
and some 3 versus 1. That's cool. But in this one, for like Rafter River Challenge or Survival, whatever that one is, they're not even against anybody. You're just all in a team trying to do a certain thing. Some of the Mario parties have that against like a Bowser situation, where Bowser, you have to fight Bowser together.
And the team works together against him.
Yeah, but
Speaking of.
Yes, yeah. But it was just so much fun that just like you work together to light the candles and just like depending on how fast you were, depending on your determined your score.
Mm-hmm.
So I just loved the variety. I think there was a lot more variety in style of minigame, and that made it really refreshing to me.
Definitely.
Was there anything else you particularly liked about it?
I don't know. I think partner party was my favorite. I really liked being able to be on a team.
Yep.
Instead of like working against you, being able to work with you.
Yeah.
And against computer players. Oh, I forgot about the music. The music ones too. Those were fun. Although
the music was super fun.
You have to make sure that your music is turned up loud.
Absolutely. Yeah. Your music.
But those were fun and just a different twist on the games and stuff, which was cool.
Yeah, they were completely different. The musical ones.
Whole different concept.
Yeah. So much fun.
Yeah.
They really, it was like a brand new game when you played the music ones, for sure. Let's see. Was there anything else that you loved about it? I kind of liked having the gems. I thought that was kind of a fun way to show what you accomplished, you know?
A goal to work toward.
Yeah, you get the 5 gems. It's a way of like check boxing, so you kind of work through each of them. You know, you have the River Survival gem, the Mario Party gem. Was there a soundstage gem? Probably. I don't think there was a minigame gem. There was a challenge gem, and then over here there was a
partner party
gem.
And there wasn't a minigame gem, but you had to complete all of the minigames and go through all of the minigames in order to unlock the challenge at the end, to do the challenge gem.
It felt like you were progressing through the game. I know it's a casual board game style video game, but there was still a sense of accomplishment, like, oh sweet, we got completely through the gem of tenacity, or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is a nice feeling. Like, even if one person wins the Mario Party game, you collectively get the gem.
Right.
Even though they only award it to the first player.
Right.
So, what are some bad things that you would say?
I think the thing that sticks out the most is that we had to use the little tiny Joy-Cons.
These things.
Yeah. Instead of like a
no option.
Instead of a real controller, they're like
the Pro controller.
The big,
Yeah, so you can't use the Pro controller. You have to use the Joy-Con.
Yeah. Which for kids is probably fine because they're so little, but for grown-up hands, I like having the bigger controller.
It'd be nice to have the option.
Or to have the option, yeah.
And, when you play by shaking, that would be very easy to translate to just pressing A. Like, you could choose either a shake on this, or why not just have the option to press A? Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just as an option. I agree. These can be a little bit small, and if you have friends over, you may not have 4 Joy-Cons, but maybe you have 2 Joy-Cons and 2 Pro controllers. Be like, hey, you know, we have a variety of... Yeah, it'd be nice to open that up and let you play with more players.
Right.
Rather than force you to own 4 or 8 Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing.
One thing that I didn't love was dice rolling. It was just so random. And I know that's kind of like... I don't know exactly how to say it, but it felt like no matter how well you played the Mario Party mini games or how well you strategized, a big portion of how well you did was just up to chance. So it
like that one that I was rolling
it was so frustrating
every
because
time.
you played well, but you just rolled ones and ones and ones, and you had like a good dice, but just that much in the hands of chance to me was really frustrating because you're like, I can't do anything to change it.
Right.
And I know they have the dice blocks. Maybe you can just always be Daisy. Does Daisy have the 3-4 dice block?
Yeah.
I guess that's one thing I really liked about this one is the custom dice blocks. That was really fun.
Yeah, that was cool. Something I just thought about, one thing that would be a cool thing that they could change, like kind of building on what you were just saying.
Yeah.
Is like they have so many like items that you can buy, right? With your coins. Why not have one where you can redo your dice roll?
Like re-roll dice?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool
Like
idea.
you buy like, okay, you roll your dice and then do you want to have the option to use your re-roll or whatever?
Yeah. Maybe building on that, you build it on me, I'm going to build on that. What if each character had some sort of an ability? Like maybe Mario has a retry roll dice ability. You can use 3 times during the game or something. Bowser has a +1 dice roll that you can use 3 times during a game. Like, you know, Peach has a...
So kind of like having a specific dice, but taking it one step further with more like an item or an ability.
Like, something that only that person can do. Could be fun.
Yeah,
something like that, just to like help out when you're really down in your luck.
Yeah.
As far as the rolling goes, because the rolling can be so frustrating when you're like, you roll just you're like, my dice block's not working out. I think there were some games I rolled 0 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
It's just like defeating.
It is.
Oh.
You feel like you just can't do anything.
Yeah.
Something else that I didn't love was, I think specifically in the River Rapids one.
Say it. Say it.
I felt like we did the same 3 mini games.
You would replay the exact same in the same round.
Yes.
You'd be like, oh, we're playing the penguin one again in this one. So the river survival is repetitive.
Yes.
Super
it kind
repetitive.
of goes on what you were saying about the dice being random, which I mean, dice in life is supposed to be random, right? Mini games are supposedly random because it goes through the
right.
You know,
if you buy that,
but I feel like there's got to be a better way, because in the randomness, we played the same one.
Almost like you should
so
choose,
often.
like have an option. Do you want random mini games, or do you want to choose your mini games during the party,
or
like
just have it set?
Yeah.
So after the first round, you play this minigame. After the second round, you play this one. Which, I mean, we would still know no different, and we would still be playing a minigame.
Yeah. Or like have a voting system where you vote for which minigame you want.
Which they do that in like the minigame area, right? When you're playing.
They do that in some other Mario parties, yeah. I think that's Mario Party.
Oh, is that the other?
Yeah.
Is that the other one?
Which I really like.
That would be awesome if we voted on which one or something, because I mean, no one wants to do the same minigame 12 times in a row.
No. I think somehow they weighted certain minigames more.
Well, and I wonder too, like, on the river survival one, do they have these 10 mini games that they just rotate throughout the thing? And then in a party they have 20 that they rotate, or maybe that's part of the issue, is that they didn't have a big enough pool to rotate from or something. I don't know.
Yeah, even with 80 mini games, certain modes seem to be very repetitive.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. We did things we liked, things we didn't like, things we would change. What about the cast of characters? Do you feel like there were enough characters, not enough characters, just the right amount?
I am very consistent with who I choose and who I like to choose. So the plethora of choices doesn't really impact me as much because I pretty much always choose Peach. But I did think that there was a good amount of characters to choose from, and once you see that everyone has their own dice roll when you're doing a party, that can affect your choice on who you want to choose based on what kind of dice roll you're gonna get.
Right.
This was fun too.
Yeah, this
I liked the batting one.
Yeah. I always think there's room for more characters.
Yeah.
I think the variety of characters adds spice to life. I thought they were good. What was it, like 8 or 10 characters?
Yeah.
But you have a big cast of characters to draw from. I thought it'd be fun to play as Toad or Toadette. Toadette, I think, would be a superstar as far as people would choose her. And I know she's like the star coordinator.
Right.
But like maybe if someone chooses Toadette, then like someone else can be the star coordinator. Like that wouldn't be too hard to coordinate. Like maybe you just choose an unused character
to be the person
to be the star. Like, hey, this time at the haunted place, if King Boo is not a playing character, King Boo is the one that gives out stars. Like that'd be kind of cute.
Yeah, that would be
and
cute.
And it could be custom messages from King Boo, like moo hoo ha ha ha, who's gonna face their fear and come buy a star from me, like something silly like that.
Or even in that vein, you can just do that and just make it so that for that game board, King Boo isn't one you can choose.
Oh, that might be. Yeah, that could work. Yeah. So, out of 5 stars, how would you rate this game? What? How many stars would you give?
4.7.
4.7? 4.7. That's a lot.
I really loved it.
I mean, I was going to give it a high rating too. 4.7. I think it's a very social game. I love that. Challenge Road. One player Challenge Road bothered me.
I forgot about that part.
There are so many games in Challenge Road where you're playing with a computer player. It's like, why can't I tap in a friend?
My friend, yeah.
To play 2-player? Like, I'm fine with them doing like the 1 player when it's just a 1 person on your team. But when you're playing with a computer, it's like, hey, why can't my friend play with me on Challenge Road? Because I'm really struggling with this, and if we work together, we could beat it. So Challenge Road was kind of like a pebble in my shoe. And so I'm going to rate it out of 5. Can we do partial stars? You did 4.7?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I'm going to rate it a 4. 4 out of 5. Which is still still really good.
Especially for someone who plays video games more often than I do.
It's very social. I love that. There's a lot of variety. Challenge Road, I think, got to me a little bit.
That was a bummer that we just had to keep passing
the lack of variety on the River Survival. That because you're supposed to do like every branch or something.
Right.
And it was like repetitive times like 5.
And we kind of didn't want to continue going and doing all the branches because we're just going to play the same minigame every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The other thing that I don't know if anybody can help us, but we don't know how to use our party points. How do you use these things? Don't we have party points somewhere?
Yeah, like 80,000 something.
Where do you use party points? I don't know.
Comment below.
I don't know. It just seemed like that should have been more obvious.
Spend them
to me.
We want to go shopping.
We want to go, like, do you unlock more things? I don't know. Anyway, super fun game. I think
Yeah.
it's a great family game.
Oh yeah.
I think it's great for kids. How young do you think they would have to be to play? Like, how old? I would say starting around like 5.
Yeah, I think Olivia has fun playing it.
Yeah, Olivia could play it for sure. Yeah. Anyway, cool. Thanks.
Thanks.